owner, Larsen Windows and Doors, which I was told in order to run for the position that he's running for, he divested himself of that interest. But when he was working there, he took over working in that family business after he had run his own business and sold it. This is his second foray into the political business, because it is a business, with its own rules and regulations that keep as many people as possible out. He lives in Tewksbury with his wife Donna and his 3 daughters. He's running against Leonard Lance for the Republican nomination in the 7th district.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much again for having me. I was here in 2010 at least one time, and I am so happy to be back again. By the way, as Rich said, we had the chance of some time before we came here, and we had dinner. And Rich said that he had to use the restroom, and he disappeared. He got stuck with the check. Now, I don't know, does that always happen? I think that's a common thing with you, by the way. Anyway, my name is David Larsen, and I'm running for Congress in the 7th District of New Jersey. As everyone knows, the 7th District, along with a bunch of other districts, 12 of them to be exact, have been redistricted. We lost 1 district in the state of New Jersey. There was 13. We still have 13 right now, but it's going down to 12. As of January 2013, there will be 12 districts. New Jersey, in 2013, will turn purple. Right now we're blue. 2013 we're going to have 6 Dems and 6 Republicans representing us. So we're turning purple. Now hopefully we could do better than that, and come November of 2012 we might even be able to get a couple other Democrats to leave. So why don't we try to do that? I just love it. As a matter of fact, I had sent congratulations to Scott Garrett back in December. I was down with the unveiling in Trenton when they unveiled the new districts. And Rothman, if you remember, was 2 weeks before the unveiling, was throwing all this nonsense out about Scott, that he's too far right, that he's some kind of faith nut job, that he's a Tea Party guru kind of guy. And Rothman was just shooting his mouth off about Garrett. And when that unveiling came, all of a sudden Rothman says, you know what, Garrett, we'll leave you alone. He went after Pascal. So we got 2 liberals fighting themselves, and God bless them, I hope they both go. But anyway, the 7th District right now is the #1 most Republican district in the state of New Jersey, with the redistricting, and the #1 most Republican, conservative Republican district in the state of New Jersey. We have 6 counties right now in the 7th District for the new district in 2013. We picked up a little part of Warren County, which is part of Scott Garrett's. We picked up some from Representative Rodney's, which was from Chester all the way up to Mount Arlington. We picked up all of Hunterdon County, almost all of Somerset County. We lost Middlesex County, which was a lot of Democrats anyway. We lost some of Union County, which was mostly Democrats in that part anyway. And we picked up Millburn, which is just 1 town in Essex. So right now, again, I got this guy who wants my attention here.
Oh, is that? I come from Millburn.
Okay. So where did he go? You see? He left again. There he is. You see, every time. This always happens. Anyway, again, I want to thank you all for allowing me to be here tonight. I see there's some, there's an assemblyman, Patrick Carroll. He's here tonight. I wanted just to recognize him. Anyway, people ask me, Dave, why are you doing this again? And I have to tell you, from 2010 to now, I'm not better off than I was 2 years ago. I don't know about you. Is anyone here better off than they were 2 years ago? Come on, there's got to be somebody. No, I didn't think so. I was going to go back as 4 years, but I don't think so. We'll stop at 2. We have gone so much deeper in debt that is ridiculous. As a businessman of over 35 years, I can't understand the way the books in Congress are handled. I think it's purposed that they run at a deficit purposely to keep their jobs going, to take care of their friends, as in crony capitalism, to take care of certain special interest groups. But you know what? It's time for that to stop. And because people like you, who are still active, and I heard the same thing Rich said, by the way, I heard the same thing, that people are saying that the Tea Party groups, the parties, are dying out, that they don't hear from them anymore. What's going on? And I tell them, I said that they've matured. What they're doing now, it's more working from the inside out. They know the facts, they know that they have influence, and now instead of standing out there on the roads or doing rallies like they used to do, which was a great beginning, never despise small beginnings, but now they're infiltrating in every part of government, from local all the way up to federal. And you guys, give yourselves a hand. Awesome. You guys are great. You know, the People's House, which is the United States House of Representatives, was founded or established by our founding fathers to be the People's House. Right now, we have a lot of congressmen who are there, who are career politicians. They go from academia straight into elected office. Why do they do that? Well, there's many reasons, but one of the reasons are that the federal government pays tremendous benefits and tremendous salaries. So they're there to make sure that their futures are taken care of. And what they do is they make sure that the other incumbents are all safe. Now, one of the unwritten rules in Congress are you never go against another incumbent with the same initials you have. If he has the same initial, you don't go against him no matter what he does. But because of people like you who are getting involved and are actually calling them out and calling that onto the carpet, we're able to expose all the shenanigans that are happening. And I have to tell you, I am proud to be able to stand for the 7th District of New Jersey and to run for Congress in the 7th to represent people like you. You are the salt of the earth. I tell you, I love Republicans. I always say that. Republicans are the best people in the world. They can have a PhD, you talk to them, and they're like a normal person. You go to a Democrat who just graduated elementary school, he's got an attitude problem. I don't know what his problem is. He's got an attitude problem. But you guys are the best in the world. There was a gentleman over here speaking about LA, which is Local Agenda 21. That Local Agenda 21 is from the UN. There's a book that's actually written. I don't know if you had people come and talk to you about Agenda 21. Have you had that here? Okay. He's exactly right. Their agenda is to get into not only your local community and government to regulate the parks or the roads. They want to get into your life. They want to get into your water. They want to get into your pets. They want to get into your house. They want to regulate. I have a, I don't know, did anyone ever see this? Your hometown Agenda 20? Oh, you saw this. Okay, so you're familiar with it. Good. I was going to read some excerpts from it, but if you know it already. But it's scary when you start reading it, how in-depth this plan is. This has been happening for years. This is not covert. This has been happening for years. And Rich had mentioned the Highlands Act. Now, my congressman in District 7 was the author and co-author for the Highlands Act. Okay? He was the one who penned it so that people's property values would be taken from them. When I ran in 2010, I had a farmer come up to me, literally crying. The farm was in his family name for, I think it was like 2 or 3 generations. When this Highland Act passed, he lost all his rights for the development, and he planned on retiring by subdividing some of that property. In the Highlands Act, And I know because I live in that area. Thank God I'm grandfathered. I'm right across the street where the line is, and we have some property that I grandfathered in. But my neighbor across the street, he has 45 acres. 45 acres. He wanted to put a house for his kids. One house, one more house on 40. So it'd be 2 houses. No way. He couldn't do it. Because it was open field. You see? You can't do that. If you have wooded areas, 85 acres per house. I mean, you can own property and plan on subdividing it in the future. And if you don't own a few hundred acres, your retirement's gone. It's actually gone. So that is a tragedy as far as I'm concerned, and as a United States Congressman, I will fight for you to get your rights back and pull us out of LA 21 would be one of the first things I would do as a Congressman. Now, a lot of you here don't live in our district. That's okay. Because as a congressman, being federal, everybody's vote counts, and it makes it nationwide. So if there's a good congressman or if there's a good candidate that's running somewhere else in the United States, you need to support that person. Because we need more people to get in there to actually do something. And we started in 2010. Some of those got corrupted, unfortunately. But some of them still have the conviction to do what's right. So if we could go ahead, put more people back in the Senate, people like us, and more people like us back in the House, you know what? Things will turn. And as we know, OMG doesn't mean oh my God anymore. It means Obama must go. So we need to work at that. This gentleman gave me a sticker here. Obama says it's not my fault. It's everyone else's fault but Obama. And talking about a sticker, I just have to say real quick. Someone has a sticker on a car outside. It says legalize the Constitution. I cracked up when I saw it. I don't know who has that. But that was, you did it. I had to laugh when I saw it. Anyway, I was at a meeting. How much time do I have, Rick? How much time do I have? Another hour? Okay. I'm part of the Old Guard in Summit. It's a group of men who are retired. You have to be a certain age requirement and so on and so forth to be a part of that. And we have guest speakers. We meet every Tuesday. We had a guest speaker that came in from Newark. He was the chief architect for a renewal of Newark. With the plan that he showed on his PowerPoint, he showed their intentions working with the state and the federal government, how they're going to take and cluster people into areas, and they're going to do business districts, they're going to do railroads, subways, they're going to do buses. They don't want you to have any cars, there's no parking or anything. That is all part of the local agenda 21. It's already been implemented. It's been implemented with the Highlands Act. It's been implemented now with architects that they're redoing sections of Newark and Camden, that are run down. So of course everyone wants it to be built up. Absolutely, we all want that, But their intentions, the way that they're doing it, they're using it as a guise to bring in Agenda 21. And they want to force people not to live anymore out in the suburbs. They want everyone to be rural, or urban, I'm sorry. They want everyone to be urban, to live in these boxes. I think it's 700 or 800 square foot is where you need to live, whether you like to or not. That's what they're trying to do, and that needs to be stopped. I'm going to ask you, whoever lives in my district. Now, we have a new district, and we have the different district townships and stuff if you want to talk to us after, and we'll tell you what it is. But I'm going to ask you if you would please not only vote for me, but if you could volunteer. We need volunteers. We need boots on the ground. It's very important. I know that Rich said he was going to talk about a GOTV, which is retail politics, get out the vote. But I'm going to ask if there's anyone in who would like to get involved, who would love to have you on board with us. I'm going to also ask you to donate, because it costs money to run a campaign. Stamps are up to 45 cents right now, and that's just 45 cents for one mailing. And just think that you have to send out tens of thousands of mailers, okay, at a clip. And you have to do that 5 times just for people to say, oh, who is this guy?